My name is Harshalan Chaturvedi and I am legal intern at Lexington Company. Today we are going to talk about history and development of arbitration law in India. The article traces the history of arbitration and its advent and development in India. As per the biblical theory, King Solomon was the first arbitrator when he settled the issue between two women who were claiming to be the mother of a baby boy. Some authors have also asserted that the procedure used by the King Solomon was similar to that used in arbitration today. Arbitration was also used by Philip II, the father of the Alexander the Great, for settlement of territorial dispute between Greece as far as back as 1337 BC. Incidentally, around 600 BC, in a dispute between Athens and Megara for the possession of island of Salamis, the matter was referred to 5 Spartan judges who were eventually allotted the island of Athens. Thus, international arbitration can readily be traced back to the ancient world. The course of arbitration flourished in India since the end of 19th century. The arbitration in India was statutorily recognized as form of dispute resolution for the first time, and Indian Arbitration 1899 was enacted. However, it was confined to the three presidency towards only, that is Madras, Bombay and Calcutta. It was further codified in section 89 and schedule 2 of the Code of Civil Procedure 1908, where provision of arbitration got extended to different regions of British India, to which the Act of 1899 was not extended. The Act of 1899 and the provisions of the Code of Civil Procedure 1908 were found to be the expedient and more technical, and thus Arbitration Act 1940 came into existence and repealed the Act of 1899 along with the repellent provisions of the Code of Civil Procedure 1908. The Act of 1940 was a reflection of the English Arbitration Act 1934 and was comprehensive legislation on the subject, but it had no provision to deal with the enforcement of foreign awards and hence dealt only with the domestic arbitration. The Act of 1940 could not achieve its purpose, as its working was far from satisfactory. Justice D.A. Desai voiced the malice of the Indian courts and the ineffective working of the 1940 Act in Guru Nanak Foundation versus Ratan Singh, wherein succinctly stated, interminable, time-consuming, complex and expensive court procedures impelled jurists to search for an alternative forum, less formal, more effective and speedy, for resolution of disputes, avoiding procedural claptrap, and this led them to Arbitration Act 1940. However, the way in which the proceedings under the Act was conducted are without exceptions challenged in court and has made lawyers laugh and legal philosophers weep. In the case of Guru Nanak Foundation versus Ratan Singh, though the 1940 Act attracted severe criticism and adverse remarks from the courts, however, no amendments were brought in to improve the working of the 1940 Act. After the economic liberalization in the year 1991, steps were taken to attract foreign investments, which required a comfortable business environment, and each of doing business for the said reason. Arbitration and Conciliation Act 1996 came into force and repealed the Act of 1940. Interestingly, the Act of 1996 was based on UNCITRAL Mode Law of International Commercial Arbitration 1985 and covered both domestic and international arbitration. The main reason for introducing the Act of 1996 was to curb delays in arbitration. Thank you.